0894. ACC 24-0035, 2 Water Street, James Tinson, owner applicant, temporary shed. PIN number 2619183067772. A Zoom meeting link will be posted to the town's website meetings calendar. Applications are on file and available for public inspection online and during the normal business hours at the Planning Department, 134 Groton Long Point Road, Groton, Connecticut, dated this 14th day of May 2024, at Groton, Connecticut. Todd Brady, Secretary.
Thank you. I will waive the hearing procedures if anyone wants to read them with the yellow sheet over there, and we will jump right into public hearings. So I will call HTC 24-00325 Park Place. Peter.
Or does it? Are you guys joining him? Okay.
Sure.
No.
Would you just skip the first one?
Thank you.
Zoom there, Peter. In or out? Out. One more. That's good. Okay, Peter Springsteel Architect, representing Tim Kohler and George Majewski, who are hiding in the back there. And their property is at 5 Park Place. Correct. 5 Park Place, downtown Mystic. Got a locus plan if you want to take a peek at that. As you know, Park Place is a short little road. They're about halfway down. And the property has 3 structures on it. 2 of the structures we're going to renovate. And the 3rd structure we're going to take down, which is an old garage. Maybe I want to put them here. So
I was gonna say put them on the screen.
So this being the main house is up close to the street. It's a Greek revival that's been vinyl sided over or aluminum sided over. I can't remember which. There's a building in the back, which is a full dwelling unit, but this is way back off the street. And next to it is a garage, a 3-bay garage that's actually falling down, and we're going to take that down. Is proposal. So on this drawing here, we have the site plan and a 3D view of the compound, I'll call it. Park Place is right here. The main dwelling is right here. The house, the small house is in the rear, way back here in this corner. The existing garage sits here. We're going to use the same footprint for a new structure. And then over here is a proposed new garage, a proposed pergola, and this is a proposed in-ground pool. The owners were here a while back for this fence, which I think is installed already. So that's in place already. Floor plans, you're probably not interested. So this is the main dwelling. We're adding on this portico structure on the front, which is in keeping with many that you see in the historic district. It's got the dental molding on it, a lot of the same kinds of trims you'll see all over the district. We're bringing back the paneled pilasters that would have been on this house originally, and a fairly good sized frieze board up under the roof line. We're adding some pediments to the windows, and we're bringing back the crown moldings that are on the rigs. Up in the eave, we usually use a solid board, shiplap or tongue and groove. It's a little bit bigger profile, 8 inches to 10 inches. We're using 4-inch clapboards on the main body of the house, and those will be hardy plank, I believe. I've got all the materials listed here. Hard to read them upside down. 4-inch exposure, hardy plank clapboard. All the trims will probably be PVC, will be PVC, painted. Windows where we're replacing them will be, Marvin Elevate Simulated Divided Light, which you're probably familiar with. On this L off the side of the house, we're going to be doing a deck. So this is a whole new railing system up here, an Intex composite railing system. It utilizes the dull vinyl rather than the shiny vinyl, so it looks more authentic. You can see it from the side view. This is the right side of the house right here. This is a new French door leading out to that deck. Right now, there's a window there. On the back of the house, there is a small deck being added. You really won't see this from the street, but it's got the same kind of detailing with the Intex railing system. And again, you can see we're using a smaller pilaster on the L that comes off the back of the house to, signify that that's a smaller structure. You usually have a smaller clapboard on it. We're also adding this little canopy on the rear door access, and that's also probably not visible from the street. So that's pretty much the main house scenario. So we're really bringing it back to what it would have been originally. We've got some 3D images here showing the whole setup from the street.
So you're not touching the north side, just to be clear,
The north side of
the house.
this house, the main house?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're residing it,
But no, okay. But nothing structurally, like adding.
There's a little deck on the back. I'm sorry, when you say north side, you're not talking about the back here. We're just replacing the siding,
Right.
redoing the trim.
Okay.
The bay is there, the detailing on it's very nice. You're gonna leave that.
Okay, that's what I was just confirming.
That's the south, yeah.
That's a,
Yeah,
my apologies.
that's okay.
Peter, if you need to move that mic a little to give yourself some clearance, by all means, too.
It's the south.
So this is a head-on view from the street. So this building is way back, so you're not seeing it in perspective, so it looks like it's more forward, but it's way back. That's the garage structure there. The proposed garage is gonna be a flat roof structure. We're gonna put a deck on top of it. But in order to kind of bring it into the context of the rest of the property, we put a big frieze on the top of it and sort of a half rail on top of the frieze. And that brings in some of the elements that you see in the main house into the garage. You've got some overhead doors. These are very traditional looking though. They've got the big panes of glass at the top and panels on the lower part of them. And the building will also be clapboard with the hardy plank clapboard. And there'll be oversized corner boards on this as well, but not the big panel pilasters. The house in the rear right now has a porch on it. It's a very narrow porch, and it's got a solid railing on the front of it. So it looks a little imposing. We're going to take that solid rail out. We're going to actually rebuild the whole porch. We're going to make it a little bit deeper so it's more usable. And then we'll have again the same kind of Intex picket rail on the perimeter of it. And we'll have some new simple columns to support the roof line. We're going to reside that building and retrim it out as well with the same material as the main house. In this drawing here, we've got various elevation views of the garage. One of the comments from my last time here about the garage was on the south side. It was a blank wall, so we've added some windows to dress that up. You can see that right here. This side faces back to the house. It's got a pedestrian door in it, and there's a stairway coming up the back of the garage. Really not gonna see much of that from the street. And that gets you up onto the deck. This is side view of the house in the rear. Basically, same window arrangements that are there now. New clapboard siding, new trim. So the other new building on the property is adjacent to that house in the rear. This is gonna be a studio. And this is on the same footprint of the garage, but it's got more of a feel that you'd see in the 1920s, where they would do these buildings that would have a lot of these metal kind of window systems in them. So all the buttons were metal. And so you got this light, airy feeling. And they would often do that with a very simple roof line, which is what this is. And this will bring in a lot of light for a studio. But it's not really a modern structure in the sense of its aesthetic. Well, some of you might deny. It was modern for the 20s, but it's not modern today. That's actually 100 years ago.
We're in the 20s.
So that's a very simple gable structure on the back. There's no windows at all. It's pretty much hidden from view. And the end wall, the one end wall will have a continuation of the fenestration down the side of it. Again, simple trim work and the same hardy plank clapboard siding.
You put in metal windows, they're wood windows.
They're gonna be wood windows. And then at pergola, it's a little bit hard to see in some of these drawings. But you can see it right here in this 3D view. You will see it from the street when you're looking in this way. And I think in the packet that I handed in, there's an example of that material for that pergola.
Saw it there.
That's it. Yeah.
Are you gonna do the index or the? First.
That is the Intex. Pinnacle is one of their
One of
lines.
their ones.
Yeah. So it's AZAC owns it now, I think.
Oh, they changed it.
I think AZAC owns Intex or something like that. And then that's one of the lines within the Intex.
Got it.
So that's pretty much it. I'm happy to take your questions.
Just on the windows on the back house, are you changing them?
The windows on the back of the house.
No, the
Back
house.
The guest house.
Not replacing, but it's like for like.
So I just because your plans show like 1/6/6 and then a bunch of 1/1s.
On the
But then-
back house?
Yeah. But then the house is like 2/2. I just. See your plug up there?
Thank you.
This here.
No, left. So you got one that's like 6/6. Then
Oh, this here, sorry,
Yeah.
that shouldn't be 6 over,
So is it 2/2 or is it
1/1.
Okay.
Well, tough.
Right now, they're 2/1.
Dang, I think the 2/2.
2/2.
Yeah.
You guys have what you want to do with the month on the back house? 2/2, 1/1. That's 1/1. I think most of them are 1/1, I think. Thought so, but looks like the two on the second floor are 2/2. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But they'll be consistent, so probably 1/1.
There's a photograph, it's 1/1 here. See part of it.
Maybe I'll look at it. That's what I got.
Yeah, you're right. Other than this one here. Actually, we missed it, you're right, that's what that one there.
It looks like 2/1,
Yeah, it does.
unless that's
Yeah.
the screen in the
One
bottom.
here is where I was. Looking at.
I think actually there's a screen in the bottom, it's 2/2.
Your
Preference to have 2/2. Actually, that one on the first floor is 6/6.
Is it really?
You look at that close.
See if things were right.
The one next to the front door at 6/6.
Yeah.
But I think we want to make it all consistent.
Why don't you just come on up in case?
That's why they look 2/2.
The one by the door is 202.
It's the one in the middle with the.
Yeah.
Shutters there, so you sure?
At least on this picture. Did you?
There's something behind it.
Are you gonna protest? 1/1?
I'd rather do it.
I'm the same. Yeah, I'm not a 1/1 fan. I'm a 2/2.
It's bad.
You guys okay with 2/2?
Sure.
Yeah, the house is substantially unadorned. I think 2/2 will look better.
Yes.
I agree.
Thank you. And then the only other thing we'll just need at some point is a windows schedule with the sizes.
Okay,
Because you're basically gonna replace them the same size.
Yeah.
But, so we'll just need that, and then the garage doors.
you want to cut on those?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
And we can approve those, but we'll do it like a
Conditional.
okay.
Yeah. Is everyone all right with that?
Yeah. Big curse. Did you hear what he said?
I did not.
Okay.
So at some point, we'll just need a window schedule, so we have all the sizes and everything that will. We'll do like an administrative approval on it, or approve it conditionally, and then. Or possibly approve it conditionally, whatever. And then we need the garage door cut sheets,
Great, thank you.
but I think everything else was included.
Mhm.
And then just the change to the rear windows.
Yeah, I put it on here.
Does anyone else have any questions or comments?
I don't.
It looks good.
I love it.
You want a window schedule?
Like, yes.
Don't read it. It would be really sad.
No,
I do think you did a nice job fixing the garage.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, it's gonna be amazing when it's done.
Oh, and then just this pool thing, do you want to come back and deal with the pool later?
Yeah, we have more info on it. Yeah, we can.
So the pool is not part of the approval?
No.
I don't think it needs to be.
Is not, do we have any
It's-
jurisdiction over pools?
Well, the
They
fencing.
need the fence unless they're gonna do the hard top.
The
cover.
hardscape, you might.
Coping, yeah, all that stuff, but just say no pool approval. But just come back, because you show it on. Okay.
We're only doing this, so you guys can come back for the 45th.
Peter, do you want to just stay up for the light? So we
Yeah.
can Get you out of here.
Yeah.
All right, I will close. Sorry, do you have anything else?
No.
You're good, okay. Does anyone in the audience have anything to say in support of the application? Anyone against the application? All right, HTC 24-0032 is closed. Oh, you were next anyways, sorry. HTC 24-0033 Gravel Street.
Okay, for the record, Peter Springsteel Architect, again, representing the town and the owners of Central Hall. And Central Hall has an alleyway off of Gravel Street, this being Gravel Street, it's West Main Street. There's an alleyway there. And previously, we got approval for a canopy sort of carport structure that isn't in place yet. We got approvals to do improvements to the pump station, which is right here. And then in this rendering, you can see very faintly there is a streetscape light pole right there. And it will be very close to the carport canopy structure. Here's another image of that light pole. And we've talked to the powers that be at the town. And they're on board with us changing that out. And in its place, we would put a bollard that looks like this. And there's another photograph, similar bollard right there.
You just slide that sheet over a little. Okay, thank you.
So the light that's there now, you definitely see from the street, the bollard not so much, but you will see it. There's a lot of other lighting back in that area right now that's on the pump station and on the central hall building that throw plenty of ambient light in there. So the bollard will help that as well, but there's plenty of light and the town has agreed that they don't need that light. So they'll stick it in storage and use it for a spare.
So that light's coming out.
Yeah. All coming in.
Put that at your house.
All right.
And then we put a bollard in its place, and the bollard will be black.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Fine to me.
John, you good?
You good?
Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Does anyone in the audience have anything to say in support of the application? Anyone against the application? Okay, HTC 24-0033 is closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
HTC 24-0034, 27 West Main Street.
Hello,
What's name and address for the record?
my name is Mallory Kidd and the restaurant is 27 West Main Street in Groton, Connecticut.
Great. Tell us what you'd like to do.
Our restaurant is here and we are looking to change the sign on the outside of the restaurant. We are rebranding from Samurai Noodle Bar and Grill to Blue Ginger Asian Bistro. And this is what the sign will look like.
There you go, you got it. You can bring.
What's it called?
Blue Ginger Asian Bistro.
Can I just see
Yes.
that
This one here?
just for a second? Blue, French blue.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically the same shape, everything's wanted there.
Yes, it will be the same shape and size, and are still using the same hanging that the current sign is using as well right here. So this sign hanging right here will be hung on the same ones that are already there.
That's a material.
Yep.
The material is not wood, it is Durafoam.
Yeah, so I said. I got nothing.
I don't have any questions.
Nice looking sign.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, we were going back and forth on if it's gonna be all capital letters or lowercase. We kind of thought this looked the best and we
Yeah.
wanted to offer something more than just noodles. So they can have more of a customer base. So that's the idea behind it. And we're gonna expand the menu into more things besides ramen and sushi. So we thought this would be a better name for that. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
we're good.
People-
Does anyone in the audience, are you all set?
Yes, I am.
Anyone in the audience have anything to say in support of the application? Anyone against the application? Our HTC 24-0034 is closed.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
HTC 24-0035 2 Water Street. They here?
To Water Street.
Guess not. I thought somebody would be here. I have no prior knowledge that nobody was going to be here.
Okay, I'll make a motion to continue HTC 24-0035.
Ferguson second.
All in favor?
Aka, I.
Grady, aye.
Goodman, aye.
Ferguson, I.
Keystone, I.
Our HTC 24-0035 is continued. Right, so we'll move on to consideration of public hearings. HTC 24-0032. This is 5 Park Place. Do you want to make a
Yeah, I'll make a motion to grant the certificate of appropriateness to HCC 24-0032 with the following comments and stipulations. Windows on the rear house to be 2/2s, applicant to submit garage door cut sheets and a full window schedule, and no approval for the pool at this time.
Keatsman, second.
all in favor?
Haka, I.
Brady, aye.
Goodman, aye.
Ferguson, I.
Keatsman, I.
It's approved. I think it's all great. Thanks for cleaning it up. HTC 24-0033, 2 gravel streets, changing the light. I'll make a motion, Goodman, to approve the change.
Ferguson, second.
All in favor?
Haka, I.
Brady, aye.
Goodman, aye.
Ferguson, I.
Keatsman, I.
Okay, HTC 24-0033 is approved. HTC 24-0034, 27 West Main Street. This is the sign change. Goodman, I too will make a motion. I will also make a motion to approve.
Ferguson, second.
All in favor?
Haka, I.
Brady, aye.
Goodman, I.
Ferguson, I.
Keatsman, I.
HTC 24-0034 is approved. And HTC 24-0035 is continued. Okay.
You guys can leave if you.
Yeah,
You're all set. Yeah.
we just approved, we just approved. That's why.
You can stay.
You can stay.
Okay, we'll jump into pre-applications. Do you want to?
You want to give me that one too?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
John.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, John.
Okay, Dan Hine, 15.5 Water Street. I will make a motion to add Dan Hine at 15.5 Water Street to the pre-application agenda.
Brady, second.
All in favor?
Haka, I.
Brady, aye.
Goodman, aye.
Ferguson, I.
Keatsman, I.
So my project is at the Powerhouse condominium, which I'm sure.
Can you just state your name and the address for the record? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
15.5 Water Street.
Okay.
And I'd like to install a balcony where there isn't one on the second floor. Oh, this is a better picture. So it looks like it's actually missing now. So I think the addition of the balcony will,
I just zoomed in a little bit if you need to shift the pictures around.
okay,
I can zoom it back out if you prefer. You want to try to get them all?
whatever everybody thinks is best is
Yeah.
okay with me.
Might be better to try to do them one at a time. and
Yeah.
them up a little bit.
Yeah, I think zooming in is
Yeah.
best.
Okay.
So you're gonna change one window out to a door and then. put the balcony
Exactly,
in
yep.
And just match the balconies that are there.
Yep. It'll be an exact match. They're made out of steel. The window that gets removed and switched out for a door is the second one from the left in this image.
Can you point on their diagram?
Oh, which, okay. These ones here.
All the same.
They'll be stacked. The doors will be stacked. basically.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And really from the ground, you can't even tell that they're doors as opposed to windows because the balcony blocks like the more than the lower half of it. That's an Anderson door. When it comes time for the official meeting, I'll have the manufacturer information on that. This is not very official looking, but it basically describes what the materials that the balconies are made out of.
The same construction methods as the other ones.
Exactly the same, yeah. And I learned this by doing the 4 previous to this one with Joe Colella, who's, not healthy enough to do it anymore. So I'm gonna take over on this one.
Mhm.
So are you the installer or the owner of the?
Installer,
Oh, okay.
fabricator / installer.
Okay. And do we mind that it's vinyl,
What's one?
the door?
Oh, it depends on. It's probably gonna be Anderson, what, A series or 400?
Whatever the top of the line one
A
is.
series,
Yeah.
yes, it's not.
Okay. I was just,
It's confusing.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, when he brings the specs back, if it's like an Anderson 100 or something, we can discuss it, but if it's A series or 400, it's
Okay,
the same as Marvin, Intech or Elevate and Signature.
okay.
All the windows and existing doors are vinyl clad.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's really a lot to discuss because it's gonna match all the other ones and it kind of fills it in, and it should be,
Did-
unless,
I think it's an improvement, like I said, it built it in.
yeah.
That's what everybody says. It looks like it's missing now, and when it's there, it'll
Yeah.
finish it off. So,
Yeah, so just, specs on it, yeah, I mean, what you've got. If you've got,
these are like the construction plans for the balcony.
yeah, I just submit them. Just a copy, not now, but when you come back or send them in online.
Okay, they're attached to the application. Oh, so,
Yeah, he already has an application submitted with Sue,
oh, okay.
so
Yeah.
he'll be on the next agenda already. He already has a pack. He just was doing a pre-app just to make sure. In case you guys wanted anything additional or any details
Just the
specified.
door. That's it.
Yeah,
Very good.
looks good.
Thank you very much.
you.
Appreciate it.
We're very well prepared.
I remember when we were at the museum, that was like,
For the other side,
yeah,
that was a big deal.
right, that's what I'm saying, that it was a big deal. A lot of
of
people were
The
upset.
one on the one on the north side.
Yeah.
Shirley's. Was it Shirley's balcony?
Yeah,
Shirley's was one, and then the one,
people
I
were,
think on the third floor.
Yeah.
Was the most disruptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea. I had no.
All right.
problem.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Dan.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I had no problem with it. It was big.
Bill, wanna come up? I'll make a motion to add Bill Birchie, 17 Gravel Street to the pre-app.
Brady second,
All in favor?
Oh, Paka, I.
Brady, I.
Goodman, aye.
Ferguson, I.
Kate's and I.
I'm Bill Birchie, just representing the owners of 17 Gravel Street. And let's see,
Is that fine?
No.
this is about the where? You aim it or do I slide it?
You're in charge of,
Oh, well,
You go.
let's see. I'm gonna turn it over. Because I'm just used to, this is the accessory dwelling unit off of Pearl Street. I see why it was so hard to upside down. You know, so it'll, right, little house, but that's.
Is that okay?
There you go. You can read the note. Well, the note says, basically, this house is 4 feet in the air and, you know, they have relatives that are, you know, need a lift up into the house. So we're proposing a little lift here on the back deck. And then providing the lift, we'd also raise this deck a foot because it was a foot lower than the level of the house. And let's see. The the lift just looks like this. It's actually kind of cool. It's got a little glass door, metal frames, another glass door up at the deck level. And we're only gonna go up 4 feet and we used rendering program to show that. Here's. Here. Oh, this is the front deck. Oh, here's the rear deck back here. And you can see just, we're actually kind of high. I think from the street, you're not gonna see this. But that's just the top of the lift right there. You know, it's not some big cab, it's just a 3-foot high cab that comes up 4 feet. And right now, this deck is showing a foot higher than it had been previous things you had approved for this. So that's the one thing. It's
That's so you get right in the door. Is that why you're raising it up, Bill?
yeah, so because we were stepping up 2 more steps to get in the house,
Yeah.
and with a walker that was. So that provides that. And then when we got into it, the owner, we were working on the chimney, and we said, maybe it'd be nicer in brick. And you had approved. Can you zoom out just so we get this whole picture here? There we go. What had been approved is this foundation and this chimney would be stone. Not unlike the stonework you've seen going on in the house. And the owner sort of, sometimes it's too much stone. And so he wanted to switch that to brick. And so it would start with a brick chimney, and then, well, what if its foundation was brick veneer also, was to be real brick. Also, and then this would be the brick. Well, that's pretty dark on the TV, but that's a Glen Gray Cushwood brick. 52 DD modular, but basically they're 4 inch, they're real bricks. It's not a Z brick or anything. And we probably go with a white mortar. The historic house, you tend to see the white mortar more, and you just have to ask for it. So it's 3 things. To the lift, probably you could say you can't see from the front. To raise the deck a foot, and then to go from stone to brick and stone to brick here. And then the question is, I've got a cover sheet that tells us what certificate appropriateness was 2377 in the application. Could this be done in administrative approval? That, where you need a public hearing?
Yeah, you're gonna have to come.
You're gonna have to come back,
Okay, so we could just throw this in
An
do
application.
that. Okay.
but I don't think you're gonna have any resistance.
No, well, I mean, would you say that the lift is not an issue, or, it's in the back, you can't see it?
That's the same lift that we have at the standard,
No, good.
so.
And I'm gonna be honest, this population's aging in this town. I think anybody that's doing anything in campus.
You're never gonna see
Would
it.
get
Right.
pushed back.
No, but in terms of the application, we may not even have to mention the lift.
I would.
No, I put it in.
Oh,
Definitely
so
would,
this is why we're
definitely.
raising the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I would put the
Put all-
specs for the lift.
All in.
Oh, sure, yeah, no, all of this.
Yeah.
Or if you want to build a 40-foot ramp, you could do that.
Well, we looked at it, but there's just. We looked at it to convince the owner that you don't want a 40-foot ramp. Okay, so we'll make an application for public hearing and see you next.
Where's this house?
Were there any other questions?
You know how quickly you need to get it in to get it to the extra time.
Tomorrow.
So,
Yeah, basically.
so where is this house when you go?
Well, you said, the work on 17 Gravel
Yeah,
Street.
so,
Well, it's on the
It's the house
backside.
on the
Oh,
back.
so it's-
Pearl side.
so this is view from Pearl Street,
Yeah.
not, okay, even though okay, that's where I was, gotcha.
Right,
Okay, so even though the address is 17, everything's gonna be viewed from Pearl Street.
right, and legally it has to be 17
Right.
Gravel Street because it's all.
Correct.
one lot.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
You are here.
My name is Keith Nielsen. I'm with DACO here in Vista, and I was hoping to gain a little insight into your purview with relation to waterfront improvements, which is what I specialize in.
Right, you can come on up. Keith.
Sure.
I'll make a motion to add,
It's just,
a discussion. I was gonna make a motion to,
Yeah, that's got it.
does it have to be?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
I would say that you could just do it under a public participation,
so let me
without any details.
just get out of.
So did Christian talk to you about
Yes.
last meeting? Okay. That makes sense.
So we'll still do this under pre-application, but we'll just do it as general knowledge or something.
Okay, I just didn't know if a motion needed to be made, so it's covered.
No, because there's nothing to notice or anything.
Right, There's no details being reviewed or,
Okay.
I'm assuming, I don't know.
No, it's not. a-
Whatever's in our handbook is what we discuss, right?
Yeah.
So, we get involved with a lot of different, waterfront projects. Everything we do is waterfront project and, mostly piers, docks, wharves, bulkheads, seawalls, dredging. You know. Transition of use of a property and so on. And, I've been doing this for a while, but, every time I'd asked about the historic, commission. I was told that you didn't really extend your purview to docks and waterfront, and so I've never been before you. So I was just wondering what kind of things are you looking for in a waterfront project? You see our work all over the place, so you know that a lot of the design parameters that we have to abide by are dictated by the DEP. To a much lesser extent by the Corps of Engineers and then as much as we need to, the special needs of the particular applicants and balancing the ability of the water to support boating of various different natures, sometimes very small boats, sometimes really large ones. And
So we don't really, I guess I'll speak generally, just say that we don't really dive in too much into what you're presenting. You just docks, bulkheads, retaining walls just need to get approved. But we're not gonna question what you're doing unless it's something that just seems totally out of the blue. You know, or very odd or something like that. But for the most part, like anyone that comes with a dock, we take a look at it, we make sure there's a list of materials and we approve it.
And I think, I think it's probably fair to say that it is not something that the HCC historically over the last 30 years has actually paid much attention to, but I think it was just it was an oversight. You know, it was an act of omission, not commission. In other words, people were building docks and maybe we didn't know what was happening and it just never came up. Because Christian had said, you know, he's built a lot of docks and stuff, and he doesn't ever recall going to an HCC meeting in the past. And I don't recall too often seeing that kind of thing
When
presented.
Bill
It
did-
happened on Bill's project.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in Bill's project on the property he just presented, he shared with us the look of the dock. So it was incorporated in the application.
Mhm.
And I think what has happened in the Christian case, which kind of got this conversation started, was he was asking for an electrical panel for a dock that was never approved. And so we just,
So we just told him to come back with a list of materials, some photos and measurements. And that's it.
right,
okay,
Well, I can't say that we're gonna definitely approve it, but we've never dove into it the same way we do into like architectural elements or windows or.
There's half a page in the handbook about it, Mr. Wilson, at the
Yeah,
bottom of that
folder,
page.
Sure, too.
You want to maybe take a look at it.
Thanks.
I mean, the gist of it is.
The gist of it is you need to apply, and we've got a lot of discretion.
Yeah, but
It's supposed to look consistent with the waterfront and historic, blah, blah, blah.
the problem is to his point is it's dictated by other people that take.
Yeah.
So we
I
can't,
understand.
I mean, if you want a dock like it was in the 1800s.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's right.
They need handrails and everything now. So,
right, and the public has to be able to get by it
right.
on the water side.
In the last 5 years I've been on this, I mean, we've got a handful come and we just take a peek at it, smile.
Okay,
So it's more of just a formality.
okay.
I mean, again, if you came and you tried to put a pier or something odd, you know, we might say something. If you came and it was gonna be all plastic, we'd probably say something.
The handbook is available $10 at the at the desk.
Or you can download the
Or
PDF free
you can
online.
download it, if you can find it.
I can send you the link.
That'd be nice.
And this is, oh, okay, it's a couple pages. All right, well, I will dig this out and, with our next project, we will certainly come in and show you what we're up to.
Thank you. I would say don't design for us, just design it how you design it. And just put an application in. That's it.
Okay. All right, very good.
Does that answer your questions and give
I'm
you a
sorry.
does that answer your questions and give you a better sense?
Yes.
Someone gonna get the other one approved. So we can approve the electrical.
I mean, he didn't,
He hasn't done that yet.
he hasn't done the app.
Did you do that doc, was that for Searle Field, wasn't it?
It was for Cyril Field.
Yeah.
I did the layout and design work for it.
So we still have, I don't think we've still really had
Yeah,
a
we
submission,
approved the
the
doc.
formal submission,
Right.
Would you like to come back, bring the plans and apply?
or give them to Christian or something.
Yeah, then you can.
We'll get something right back.
Okay.
Because we've got all the drawings that we went through the DP permit process with and.
I mean, it's there, it's wood, it looks great, it just needs an approval.
Okay,
And if you want to get on the next meeting, you'd have to do it before Thursday to hand in the application
But you
before.
can do all the applications online now, it goes pretty quick.
and from what I think I've heard, you would like to have the details of the panel on those drawings.
So it's one application as opposed to a dock application and the electrical panel application. Just put it as one.
Okay. Well, I'll call Christian tomorrow and we'll get our heads together and.
Cause you have an open application for the electric.
No, he withdrew it.
Oh, you did?
It's been withdrawn.
Oh, okay, then do, yeah. Do both. Or if you can't coordinate with him, do yours and then he can come back and do his.
Would his be a modification then to whatever I do?
No, it'd just be a separate permit.
Okay, if I can't, if Kirsten and I and SNS can't work out the details in time for the end of tomorrow, then I'll have mine in on Thursday.
Yeah,
All right.
Sure. But yeah, just toss the plans and maybe a picture if you have it.
Okay,
That's it.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
I just.
Okay. Follow up.
Any public communications?
I have nothing.
Okay, minute guru.
Minute.
Yeah, can I do all three of them at once that are on the agenda? I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of our regular meetings that were held on April 2nd, April 16th, and May 7th.
I will second. Goodman. All in favor?
Paca, I.
Brady, aye.
Ferguson, I.
Keatsman, aye. We have some special meeting. But
You have to do those at a special meeting.
Special meeting.
that's what Susan told me, that we should do special meetings at special meetings, so we've got
Okay.
two outstanding special meetings.
I'm sure we'll have another for the end sometime soon.
Yeah, so on old business, did that get sent along for someone to review?
Yes,
Okay. So there-
yes.
process.
And I don't have a time frame on it.
That's fine.
I will tell you that there's been a lot of stuff sent to the attorney lately, so he's quite backed up on some stuff. We've been waiting for a few things on stuff, so
If it took the summer, it would be the end.
yeah. Well, some of the stuff that we don't, other than what you're doing, we can't wait for the summer, but we want to get things moving as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is,
Not a priority like some of the other stuff.
no. Because the other thing is if we had a public hearing about it in the summer, I doubt anyone's gonna show up anyway.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Just other old business items, okay, so the dock thing was withdrawn, so we don't have to worry about that, deal with that. This. The temporary shed thing that just got continued. So that,
Well, you guys took action on continuing that, I guess, till the next.
oh yeah,
Well, didn't we tell him he had to recite it?
no, I'm talking
Those
about.
are the ones
this is the one
that
for
Chelsea Groton Bay.
Chelsea Groton.
Okay.
And then, yeah, what about the stuff at Pearl? Or 5 Water Street, 7 Water Street?
What about it?
So the shed thing you're working out,
So this, yes, so he's gonna come back for that.
okay,
He's doing a lot line agreement with Adam. He has to do a modified site plan for the planning department, then he has to come back with a siding detail for you guys. To get approved in order to keep that shed.
okay, but that won't hold up his own.
No, we're gonna,
But the rest of the stuff you're gonna make sure is taken care of.
yeah, so what will probably happen is, until he has full approval on that, Deb will probably make him post a small bond to secure it.
I just wanna make sure the sign's out of there, and what was the one?
I drove by today, the big sign was kind of leaning up against the chain,
So he pulled it out?
so it looked like to me, I mean, I didn't stare, I drove by quick, but it looked like there's a chain, that big sign was kind of facing Water Street.
What was the one other thing? Or was there not another?
He had until the end of the year to do the
Oh,
brick,
the brick wall.
Yeah,
the brick wall.
just make sure the sign's gone.
Okay,
You can't
Right.
bond in the negative.
right, that's, yeah, that's, was that like, was like a pedestal mount or a base mount? Or was that
I think
attached to
it's
the chain?
It's just
No, I think it was
two
by
posts,
four,
two-
stuck in the ground.
Oh, okay, all right.
And again, I drove by real quick, so I could be wrong, but
So the little individual ones that kind of delineate each parking place are okay, but it's that one big general one that's
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that was only because other parking lot owners made comment about how we pushed back on other parking lot.
yeah,
signs.
I think you guys discussed in your discussion.
Yeah.
Under your consideration, you brought that up.
Okay, and then what, you weren't here, but we voted no for bank and bridges.
Right, so last week Sue and I were trying to figure out what the reason for denial would be. She sent the denial letter out, I think Thursday or Friday, so. I mean, he might have gotten it yesterday, today, so I'll give him a couple days. Touch base, find out what his intention is.
We just denied it because it's not a fence. And even.
I think based on the conversation, she couldn't really decipher a specific reason. I think she just said that it didn't meet the requirements for a certificate of appropriateness.
That's fine.
That's correct.
Yeah,
correct.
That's not,
that's what we came to without any kind of specific of the, the
Yeah.
I
content.
think it's a very truthful comment.
Yeah. I mean, even Tom agreed.
Yeah, so I drove by there the other day and looked at it. There's, pieces that are leaning up against other pieces.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
yeah.
there's no
There's no posts.
support posts.
so it's not a fence.
So we'll follow up on that and see. But yeah, we're gonna give it a couple days for the notice to get sent to him and then see what his intentions are. If he's going to submit with different details or if he just says,
I mean, he could probably
Done.
take the fence apart and put posts in and attach the fence he has there to posts, and he probably could get somewhere, but that might be more expensive than just putting in a legitimate
It'd
fence
be
at the
cheaper,
beginning.
it'd be cheaper just buying the black.
Yeah,
yeah, who knows? I've been trying to mount those pieces
yeah,
to
it could be a real.
to an
pain.
intermediary post, who knows? I think there was, during the public hearing, there was some comment about the materials weren't what was submitted as well, but we
That
didn't
was
take
some
that.
Guy from the.
Yes, but that wasn't taken, I don't think that was discussed during considerations, so
No,
we didn't utilize that.
the consensus was we want a fence, that's not a fence. For various reasons. So. And then just one other thing, is just that little vinyl fence on High Street.
So Tom has been in communication with that guy, emailing back and forth, the guy's asking what he wants for specs and sending Tom some stuff. So Tom's been in communication with me. He thought he might have an application in by now. But when we checked today, there was not, but he said there'll be one coming.
Okay.
The guy, he's been in communication with the guy.
Was there anything else?
Yeah, so have we talked to Just Mystic about their sign that wasn't approved?
I have not.
They just, same thing, they just need to do it.
Okay, I can do that.
How was that, John? Talk to
Just
Just
this
mistake.
weekend, when they moved, the sign didn't get approved with the new location.
Brother, sister team, when they moved
It
from,
was still working, I don't, it's most recently.
Oh,
They just put new.
What did they like resurface that sign that was mounted there already or something?
Yeah, there's like a new hang sign. Like, again, it's not. Just put an application.
Okay,
And then if we could talk to Adam, when we approved everything for Mix, he said he would put in a application for the lights here, and we got approved.
You said he was gonna change them.
he was gonna change them.
Or something like that, yeah. So if we could remind them to come to us.
Yeah,
did you catch that?
no, something about
The SIP
Lights
lights
for
that were on the-
Adam.
yeah, that he was here and
so
he was gonna change him to something that was more
Appropriate,
and approved.
right, and approved.
some of the planning and zoning commission, I just, Hal made. Some comments about how they're not.
full cutoff.
Because they're not cut off.
Yeah.
So,
That's kind of ends up being a combination between, they have requirements for full cutoff. You guys, oh, you don't have any requirements for lighting on residential, just on the commercial, right?
Right.
Yeah,
that never got approved.
the lights never got approved?
No, so it
That-
needed,
Okay,
But we approved next, I brought it up, and he said he would come before us.
but he wasn't gonna, he agreed that he would change them out to a full cutoff,
okay,
but he needs to find a light and change it.
have you guys approved the fixture?
Right. But sooner than later, it needs to get rid of this, because they're. They're pretty ugly.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah. It's a post light.
Yeah.
Not on a wall. Just
Did he consult with you about that? Marty?
Full discretion, I had nothing to do with the fence. Full disclosure, sorry.
Oh, you better talk to the paper and put on it.
I walked-
So did
I was
did
making
he,
candles at the time, so I didn't talk to me.
where did the conversation come from that he said he was gonna switch them out? Was that
He
something?
came
He
here.
came
He
here?
came here.
Okay,
Yeah, so for all the mix.
okay,
what do
Yeah,
we
I
call
The,
them?
Probably
the
when he's
shade,
doing the
the
windows.
shades.
The
or
shades, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever those,
No, I've told him to his face. I walked out of the standard ones at night and I was like, wow, those are ugly. He wasn't happy, but. It's that. But he's gonna change it, just needs to figure out what he's gonna change it to. Is that it?
That's all I had, yeah.
Does anyone else have anything?
You have any more directionally challenged comments?
no, I was,
More south.
that was my bad.
East.
When's your birthday? Nobody compass.
No, I think I was on the wrong side of the street. and that's-
Oh, okay.
so yeah, the plan is upside down, you're looking at it in reverse,
Yeah, so-
and they get on you for mixing up north and south.
I know we already talked about it, but it's gonna be really nice.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
no, it's
beautiful,
gonna
yeah.
be beautiful.
It's kind of ugly. Duckling up the street.
It's good to see those guys' energy between that house and what they're gonna do, the little brewery. and-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
It's an exciting time for them in this town.
Does anyone have any new business? No. So we'll get to the finishing the handbook thing when we get it back.
When we get that paragraph back from
No, the whole thing.
the whole.
thing.
Oh,
He's
you said
reviewing,
the
he's
whole-
reviewing everything.
Oh, okay. I
Yep.
didn't know if he was just doing that one paragraph.
No, the instructions when I sent it to him was to review everything.
Okay.
To review the changes, not the whole handbook.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The amendment, whatever you guys are proposing as amendments.
Okay. That's all I have, so.
Alright. We're all wrong.
Okay.
I was close to go.
Okay.